Welcome everybody to Otakus Justin here, back with more video game coverage. And today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently, and we're going to be doing this a lot more. We have a hands-on impression, hands-on preview of a game. In today's game, we are going to be taking a look at Betamax, which is going to be coming out on Steam, slated to be released on October 14th. Betamax is a first person puzzler platformer, and as always, I talk a little bit about the story. So, the story is a little bit of a premise of this. You play as Max, who finds and opens and decides to put a VCR into the a VHS tape into the VCR, which transports him into another dimension. And this is a four-dimensional thinking game, and you have to manipulate time and navigate through this mind-bending retro-inspired realm. You solve puzzles to help Max find his way home in this atmospheric first-person puzzle platformer. And that's pretty much the overview of the story there. And that's pretty much it. It is a puzzle platformer, but the premise of the story is getting Max home because he miraculously trapped himself in the damn VCR. So let us get into it and let's talk a little bit about the gameplay and, of course, the graphics here. And one thing I really did like about this game and what you're going to be playing when the game comes out is the fact that one, it is aesthetically pleasing. This is a nice first person platformer. I love the puzzles in this. And I played with my PlayStation controller. It does support PlayStation 5 controller, and it does support, of course, your Xbox controllers as well. And of course, when it comes to the indication, it's going to be more on the Xbox side of things, but you can figure it out. And you press X to jump or A to jump, and you have your various type of controls. You have the ability to crouch, you have the ability to pause, rewind. You are armed with this remote control, which is going to help Max solve various and intricate puzzles. And when I tell you that the puzzles get more brain teasing as we go, it does. And that's one thing I really did like about it is the puzzles. The puzzles is the strongest point, is the selling point of this. The graphics and the aesthetics of the gameplay, it works very well. But the puzzles is where the game truly, truly shines here because it is something you really have to think about. You have to figure out, okay, how am I gonna get across this little bridge here? Do I rewind it? Do I pause it and be able to walk? Well, here's the thing: you can't pause and walk and still move because you're pausing. So they use real VCR type of tactics. Obviously, if you're in a pause, you're in a standstill state, so you can't really pause and move here, but you do have to use and search the environment thoroughly so you can know what to do. For instance, here, this particular puzzle, I was a little bit stuck, didn't know what to do, so I decided to go up there and I felt like, hey, there's this box I can use. Place the box on the little pad there, and that will get me across the bridge. That way I can walk freely. It's things like that that's easy to solve, but as you progress, you are going to meet puzzles that are really going to test your brain. And this is where you have to use the game's mechanics. And they use the game's mechanics very, very well here. You have to use rewind, you have to use pause, you have to jump, you have to crouch, you have to carry things. You really have to mind your surroundings and look at things. You also have various ways of rewinding. There's various levels to it. There's a very slow, fast rewind, as you can see here. You can do a faster rewind up to 8 where it just really goes down in the minutes. If you notice on the bottom left hand of the screen there, you see that there's a timer indicator. That's is as far as back as you can rewind and start max over for a certain point. Keep in mind, rewind is going to be an essential tool because rewind's actually going to help you with various puzzles. There were situations in this demo where I had to rewind because I had to get back to another location after I pressed the switch to open up a new place, but I couldn't get back there because there was no way to traverse over there. So you have to use rewind like you just saw me do right there, and that will help you get to the various locations. One thing that I really do like, and I didn't talk about the graphics here. The graphics here, it's aesthetically pleasing. It is gorgeous. I like this 80s style type of presentation here. And there's a little Easter eggs here, which you're about to see right here. There is a lot of 80s references in the beginning. If you saw or paid attention to it, Max had posters of Terminator, Star Wars. Obviously, it can't be Star Wars due to copyright reasons, but Max has a lot of 80s influential stuff, 80s and early 90s influential stuff in there, which I thought very works very well. As you can see here, this is a very Tetris inspired type of level, puzzle level here. And one thing I like is when you see this, this is what I'm talking about. Watch this. I have to, this is a ice. This right here is ice, right? So in order for me to get to that platform here, I have to rewind, pause, and turn Max in the direction that way he can slide gracefully over there. So I'm constantly have to hit pause to keep freezing it so I can angle myself to the proper way. This was just some really intricate puzzles. It took me a while to really figure it out, but as great as and fun as the puzzles are and the gameplay is, the music actually adds a lot more to this. So I'm gonna shut up real quick because I want you to check out and hear the music of this game. It is amazing, amazing, amazing. I felt the music did a really good job of just complementing the aesthetics of the world, the aesthetics and tone of the game. And this is like, a lot of platformers, or I would say some first person platformer puzzle games, usually have kind of like the same song over in a loop and a loop. But here, things change up depending on the room, depending on the mood of the puzzle, the tone of it, and I felt that it did a really good job of me keeping me engaged, keeping me energetic, and really just hitting home of making me really feel like I'm part of this world, like I am Max. And I thought the music did a really good job. It's very serviceable. I really, they released a soundtrack. I will definitely pick it up because I really did enjoy those tones that much. Overall, I would have to say Betamax. I will definitely add this to the wish list. It is a fun game. It is a challenging game, and that's what you want in your puzzle games. You want brain teasers. You want things where you have to really think and solve because it's refreshing once you do figure it out. And with this using a remote control with the axis of rewind, pause. Yes, you can lose, but you can rewind it back if you make a mistake and try to figure out. Hell, you have to use rewind to get to other places that you can't go back to after you solve a particular puzzle. So it's very intricate, very detailed. Graphics is pretty good. I had no real frame rate issues. I did have, however, because my computer is not as strong. You have the frame rate is set to 120. I put it to 60 frames, and after that, it ran very very smoothly. I had a little couple of clippings on the 120, but keep in mind my laptop is not the most powerful laptop in the world. But if you have a more stronger computer than I do, then 120 will be definitely a go here. So not really much on the frame rate issues that I personally saw. But otherwise than that, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I will definitely be picking this up when this game releases, and I'll definitely be giving you a full review here at otakusgeeks.com. This is Justin. If you like what we do here, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're watching this on otakusgeeks.com. Browse our website, check out our editorials, check out our interviews, our recent interview with the writer of Terminator Zero on Netflix. Definitely check that out. A whole bunch of stuff coming. Peace, love, and happiness. Later days. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.